It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, it's Election Day. The polling places are open, remain open until 7 p.m. this evening here in Wayne County. So far, a very good turnout of Wayne County voters. As heading in today, 5,112 registered voters have already cast their votes early. Georgia Network News and Fox News will have the statewide results throughout the evening, and we'll let you know how Wayne County voted in these important Senate runoffs on Wednesday's newscast. Both President Trump and President-elect Joe Biden in the state Monday campaigning, encouraging people to get out and vote. Vice President Mike Pence also in the state on Monday in Middle Georgia. Biden was at a drive-in rally at a parking lot surrounding the old Turner Field. Thousands gathered in Dalton, Georgia last night where Trump arrived on Marine One with Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue still in quarantine. Both stressed the importance of the votes as these runoffs will dictate control of the Senate and in Washington, D.C. Once again, polls open as we speak. Any questions about early voting here in Wayne County, simply contact the registrar's office at 427-5950. Once again, we'll have how Wayne County votes for you tomorrow here on the local news. Wayne County Chamber of Commerce gearing up for this Thursday's Eggs and Issues breakfast at the Pine Forest Country Club. Gets underway from 7:30 to 9 a.m. After that, they're going to have the dedication of the overpass. Again, it'll be named in honor of Billy Clanton. That takes place around 9:30 in the morning. The Eggs and Issues event, a little different this year due to COVID-19 and social distancing guidelines. They're hosting a combination of in-person and virtual event. In-person seating has already been sold out, but there's virtual tickets available. Free to chamber members, $10 for non-chamber members. Again, on hand as guest speakers will be the representatives, Representative Bill Werkheiser and Representative Stephen Meeks, also Senator Blake Tillery. It's a great opportunity to hear from the legislators before they head to Atlanta to begin the 2021 legislative session. Again, all set for this Thursday, 7:30 to 9 a.m. at the Pine Forest Country Club. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at last night's county commissioners meeting. If you had the over on the 3-2 votes, you're a winner. We'll be back with the commissioners meeting after these commercial messages. In other news, it's a new year, but it's the same split when it comes to the Wayne County Commissioners Board with a 3-2 split when it comes to many issues. Monday night it began right off the bat with items of the election of chairman and vice chairman for the new year. Both ended with 3-2 votes, with Chairman Herschel Hires, James Booth Thomas, Mike Roberts in the 3-vote majority, and Commissioners Ralph Hickox and Kevin McCreary in the minority 2 votes. Once again, the election of chairman and vice chairman, the first items on last night's agenda, and we'll just let you listen in as the disagreements began. Commissioner Ralph Hickox motion for Kevin McCreary to be the new chairman, seconded by Commissioner McCreary, but of course voted down 3-2. Here's how it all went down at the commissioners meeting last night.
Well, make a motion for Commissioner McCreary.
I'll second. Got any discussion? A motion to second. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner McCreary?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
No.
Commissioner Thomas?
No.
Commissioner Hickox?
Yes.
Commissioner Hires?
No. Let's try to make a motion that we reappoint Mr. Hires as chairman. All right. I'll second that. The motion, second, any discussion?
Yeah, discussion. It's been 8 years since the 5th district's been represented. It's been 13 years since the 2nd district's been represented. That's 40% of the population in Wayne County. I just think that the representation of the entire county, it shouldn't be, and the 1st district's been chaired for the last, this been 4 years. And before that was 2 times with the 3rd. I think representing the whole county is what we should be doing. But that's my discussion about that.
I don't see how we can expect anything to change if we don't change who's lead guiding and directing this board. Not to say that you haven't done a good job, but I think with the past experience what we've been in, I feel like we need a change, and it's not being changed, it's just done the same way every time. And I think that's part of the problem.
Okay, well, I understand your concerns. And folks that I've reached out to that have asked me if I will continue to serve as chairman, it appears that under the guidance, we can turn the ship around. It's headed in the right direction. And at this point, I don't see relinquishing the reins to make any changes.
You say turn the ship around. What's turned the ship around has been the increase of the revenue, which was the increase of taxes. We raised over $10 million since the election in revenue. So let's give the credit where it goes. The credit, and because we're such a smart board, the credit goes to the taxpayers for the large amount they gave us. You give anybody enough money, they can correct the ship. So that the credit belongs to the taxpayers.
I can understand that, and I think major changes have taken place since previous administrations.
We've gone up on the budget every year since we've gone up on the budget every year since we have increased the taxes. We've increased by our staff by probably 20, I think it is. So we haven't made no major cuts of any kind. All we've really done is taxed our people more.
I know your concerns. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Roberts,
Yes.
Commissioner Thomas,
Yes.
Commissioner Hickox,
No.
Commissioner Hires,
Yes.
Commissioner McCreary.
No.
And once again, that's the vote last night, and with Chairman Herschel Hires voting in once again as chairman, he motioned that James Thomas remain as vice chairman. That was seconded by Mike Roberts, and that vote also 3-2, with Commissioners Kevin McCreary and Ralph Hickox voting no in the second 3-2 vote of the evening. And we'd have more as the night goes on. Moving to items of new business, Engineer Bill Schuman with a request for the Holmesville Road construction relocation cost of the utilities. Satilla REA figures it'll cost $44,382 to move those utilities on the road. The motion was made and approved by unanimous vote. Also, the commissioners approved $283,000 to approve a temporary surface repair on Sunset Boulevard. Both Bill Schuman and Alton Aspinwall on hand explaining that this will help solve a current problem until Sunset Boulevard resurfacing project is set for the year 2023 with T-SPLOST money. They state this temporary service is expected to help alleviate current issues with Sunset Boulevard. Commissioners approved their disaster recovery plan and redevelopment plan, also approved their resolution to adopt the Wayne County Comprehensive Plan entitled Where It All Comes Together, and other items on the board. The board approved the resolution for the issuance of their tax anticipation note. This year, $4 million is the tax anticipation note to be used when needed with Truist Bank. They also approved their health care renewal. They discussed in length the possibility of creating a public works authority, but no final decision on that topic was made. As far as board appointments, they reappointed Jeremy Dent on the Solid Waste Authority in District 5. The Development and Industrial Development Authority appointments once again remain tabled from their November meeting. The appointment discussed, and there's still confusion as to why one board has a 4-year term and the other board has 6-year terms, but basically the same people serve on both boards. No one seems to have the answer why they say all this was established back in the 60s or 70s. Commissioners would like to see something worked out where both boards serve the same amount of years, or they just have one board. No one seems to know what the difference is between the Development Authority and the Industrial Development Authority. They mentioned that IDA Director Del Keith was hoping to be at the meeting last night on another topic, but was not in attendance. Once again, the appointment is tabled once again as Commission seeks answers and explanation as for 3 months. Now it remains a mystery as to why the boards have different terms, one a 4-year term and one a 6-year term. Again, most members serve on both boards. When we get the explanation, we'll pass that information along. In other news, another 3-2 vote last night under items with the commissioners as the board voted a policy which states anyone visiting any county office in Wayne County will be required to wear a mask into that building. Commissioner James Thomas brought the issue up under items with commissioners and made a motion to that effect, saying he was attempting to protect county employees. Commissioners Ralph Hickox and Kevin McCreary voted against, again, a 3-2 vote. After an executive session, the commissioners announced that they are combining the emergency management director and 911 coordinator, but the emergency management director will be under the administrator, while the E911 will be under the sheriff's department. What this means in English is that the county is looking to solve an issue they currently have. As Sheriff Chuck Mosley's named Mike Hargrove as chief deputy, but Donnie Ray, who is Sheriff Carter's chief deputy but former EMA director, apparently meeting with Administrator Ed Jeffers today to possibly move him back to the emergency management agency director, as current Director Richard Johnson is not employed by the Sheriff's Department, so that action last night basically removes him from that position. Again, we'll continue to follow that story as it develops. Have an update for you possibly tomorrow here on the local news. We'll come back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news, Sheriff Chuck Mosley of the Wayne County Sheriff's Office announces that on Saturday, January 2nd, K-9 deputies with the Wayne County Sheriff's Office, along with narcotics investigators with the Jesup PD, executed a search warrant at 125 Timothy Lane in Jesup. Investigators had previously received information that controlled substances were being sold from that address. The resulting investigation warranted probable cause for search warrant to be issued. Upon the execution of the search warrant, deputies and officers found approximately 2 pounds of marijuana, approximately 2 cups of THC oil, numerous Schedule I controlled substances, numerous THC vape oil cartridges, 4 firearms, and over $4,000 in U.S. currency. 30-year-old Jeremy Woodson of Jesup was arrested and charged with possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, possession of Schedule I controlled substance, THC oil, with intent to distribute, possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony, possession of drug-related objects. They state the investigation is ongoing and may result in further arrests and charges being filed. Chamber of Commerce announces the winners of their first ever Let It Glow contest. They did that yesterday here on the World Famous Butch and Bob Show on Monday. In case you missed it, here's a list of the winners. In the business category, first place went to Fonda Davis's Salon, second place Habanero's Restaurant, and third place Bank Real Estate. In the residential category, first place went to Dwayne Ogden's residence located at 3535 Old River Road. Second place, John Ponville, located at 242 Bacon Street. And third place went to Georgia Wanda Moody at 1733 Longford Road. Congrats to the winners. Chamber says the first year was a very big success as they had 49 entries into the competition, which was free to enter this year. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.